This is Radiant, an extensive producer pack designed for modern techno that brings the intensity and the energy of the underground to your productions. With hard-hitting kicks, powerful bass lines, aggressive percussions and intricate sound design, this pack delivers everything you need to create your next techno track. Radiant was inspired by leading techno artists such as Adam Beyer, Kobosil, Reinier Zonneveld, Space 92 and labels like 44 label group, Filth On Acid or Drumcode. The pack contains over 90 presets for Serum, 3 different project files made for FL Studio, Ableton Live and Logic Pro, a sample pack containing all the essentials such as drums, effects, atmospheres, a lot of drum loops, synth loops and so much more, over 30 100% royalty-free vocal hooks, and last but not least it contains 2 kick rumble racks that are made for FL Studio and Ableton Live. If you want to support the pack or find more information about it, then use the link in the description or click the link over here, which goes to our website theproduceschool.com, and on there you will find more info about the pack as well as a lot of more preview sounds that you can listen to. Now let me give you a quick preview of the 3 project files that are included in Radiant. Radiant includes over 90 presets made for Serum, and I'm going to pick out some of my favorite presets to show to you guys. First of all, this is the full list of the presets. So we got acid sounds, bass presets, chord steps, leads, plugs and synths. And I'm going to start with some acid sounds. This first one is called Bipolar and it's made with FM modulation instead of like using a filter. So it gives a unique twist to the acid sound. And for every preset we create, we always add macros to those presets. So you can change up the sound, add some effects just really easily. For instance, we have macro 1, which has Use Me, and this creates a nice, like more hard-hitting acid. It kind of opens it up, which is nice for automation purposes. Another acid, a bit more plucky this one. Acid Evolution. Acid North has a lot of distortion on it. Acid OG was made by sampling the wavetable out of our TD3 from Behringer, which is a clone of the original 303. So we sampled the saw wave out of it and we used that to really recreate the sound of that piece of hardware. I put it into Serum and we got pretty close with it. You can remove the distortion as well. Just an acid sound that like always works. Acid User. This one is also nice to use glide notes with. It's a nice effect. Over to some bass presets. This one is called Active, and it's a really simple and plucky saw bass that can work as a rolling bass line, which you hear in a lot of these peak time and driving techno tracks. So for instance, you can just put in a rhythm like this and you can get a really simple rolling bass, but it works usually. Do it like this. And then add a kick and you have a really nice solid foundation like this. A simple sound, but it really does the job very well. Bass Advanced is an FM step, kind of donk sound, and it's nice to use as a kind of top layer to your track. Bass Automatic is also really nice to use as a rolling bass line, but this one is a little bit more wide and it has frequency modulation. You can just easily open the sound with macro 1, you can make it wider or remove the low end. Bass Concrete. Bass Grand has a huge sound, and that's because it's using 4 oscillators to create a really big detuned bass sound. What we did for this preset is that we loaded in one of the wavetables to the LFO. So in Serum you can go over here and then select wavetable A to LFO. And if you then drag the LFO onto your noise, you get the sound of your oscillator, so this simple saw wave, into your noise section. And then you actually have another oscillator which you can use, which now is this. And if you laid it with 3 more oscillators, you get a very big sound. Bass Intimate has a nice filter sweep effect on it. Bass Warehouse is a tom rumble that was made with a sine oscillator with a short pitch envelope to it, and then you get a nice tom rumble which sounds like this. You can also increase the sidechain with macro 3 or remove the sidechain and open it up. And if you add this together with a kick, you can get this kind of rumble sound that you hear in a lot of techno tracks. And then the last bass I'm going to show you is called Warzone. There's a total of 10 chord step presets inside the pack as well. And with these you can just hit one note and you get a nice chord step. A very typical techno sound. Another one which is called Delusional. Chord electro. Chord hard. And chord streets. And then the last chord step is called Wonk. And it's nice what I just did, like automating the release macro. And you can like really build it up. Over to some leads. This one is called Ashes. Lead Errors. Lead Exist is a nice kind of swell saw lead sound that's nice to use as like a synth fill. Lead Force. Lead Illegal is a very big and detuned rave lead. Let's try some macros. Lead Muscle. This is Lead Obsidian. Lead Ray. Very old school kind of rave sound. And then the last lead I'm going to show you is called Talker, and it's a gated kind of vocal lead sound, which has some like trance influences as well. Plug Addicted is great for some textures on your tracks. Plug Borders is great for hypnotic techno melodies, and it sounds like this. Then it's nice to automate Macro 1. Plug Cyber. Plug Episode is a super saw plug with a high resonance on the filter. And it's great for these kind of repetitive arpeggios. Plug Freak. And plug Haze. And then let me show you a few synths. This one is called Gates and is a 4-minute vocal kind of trance gate sound. Synth Paradigm. Synth State. It's a very detuned sound. And then the final preset I'm going to show you is this synth called Whispers, and it's a very ambient soundscape made with the noise oscillator, and it sounds like this. So this one is very nice to layer on top of your tracks as some kind of ambient sounds, which works really well in those hypnotic techno tracks. Radiant also comes with 3 different effect racks and patcher presets. So the effect racks are presets for Ableton, and for patcher it's for FL Studio. So we got 3 of them. We have a destroyer rack, which works well on synths and chord steps and stuff like that, which I will show you in a bit. And then we got 2 different rumble racks. I loaded them already in on an audio channel. And it's an effect rack that you can use to create typical techno kick rumbles with. It's very easy and it works on a lot of kicks. It also comes with a bunch of presets over here, and it can turn a kick from this into a very big techno rumble kick, like this. And then you can tweak parameters like the rumble filter. You can remove the reverb, add some top reverb maybe. Just very easy to play around with. A low and clean preset. And it sounds like this on a different kick. And it just makes it so easy to create techno rumbles. So that's the first rack, which is a little bit more clean. And then the second rumble rack is harder, so it works better for hard techno tracks. And this is what it sounds like. So it really adds a lot of grit and noise to the sound. You can just really easily tweak the sound of the rumble, like the filters, add top layers, like a huge time saver for making rumbles. Let me show you them in FL Studio as well. They are almost exactly the same. It's made with like stock plugins as well. It's not exactly the same. Let me open it real quick here. Studio Rumble Rack. So it opens a patcher preset, which you can see right here. And it has like the same knobs as the one in Ableton. You just really easily create a fat and big rumble. And let me also show you the Destroyer rack, which works well on chord steps and synths. This is what it looks like. You have a detune knob, a saturation knob, saturation drive, destroy knob, and some simple effects like reverb and delay. I opened a Serum with a chord step like this, and when you enable the Destroyer rack, the sounds get crushed and destroyed, which works really well for hard techno tracks as well. We have some presets like detuned, broken, which is really nice. And it's just very simple and easy to add some extra texture and grit to your sounds. Just put on this Destroyer rack and tweak some parameters, and you instantly have a more crushed and distorted sound, which works well in techno. So that were the effect racks that are made for Ableton Live and FL Studio. Now let's check out the sample pack. First of all, there are loops. We have acid loops with the MIDI included as well. Total of 20. Maybe we gonna add some more later on. But this is how they sound. Here are some hypnotic loops. And they are perfect to add some extra layer and texture to your techno tracks. For the normal synth loops, we have the MIDI included as well. And for the samples, we have simple bass shots like these. Drum loops, which are divided into head loops. Kick loops, which are quite a lot. percussion loops, we also really stacked up this folder because percussion sounds and these kind of loops are really important for techno tracks. Then a bunch of rave loops. Ride loops. And texture loops, which are kind of percussion loops but a little bit more abstract, so that's why we call them texture loops. For the drums, we have claps, closed heads, kicks, and in the kick folder there are also some top kicks, which is nice to layer on top of your normal kicks to add some extra transients to make it cut through a little bit better in your mix. Open heads, percussions, rides, snares, and toms. Then there are a bunch of drum fills like snare and clap fills. For the effects we have ambient sounds. We also got atmospheres, which are drone-like sounds. Got downlifters. Impacts. Short sweeps. And uplifters. And then last folder inside the sample pack are some synth shots. There are some chord steps in there like these, which is just really amazing to use. Just drag in a chord step like this and you instantly get the techno sound. Very easy to use. And then we got synth shots, which are just some one shots of synths. And the last thing for Radiant that I have to show you are the vocals. We added quite a lot of vocals in this one. I think about 30 royalty-free vocals in there. And these are mostly spoken word voices, kind of whispers that you hear in a lot of techno tracks. Because techno is not really based on vocals, but sometimes you have these really short hooks that are added just before a drop or something. And they are pretty cool. Here are some previews for them.
Bis zum Zerfall. Do you feel it? The weight of nothingness pressing down.
This is more than music. This is a journey into the unknown, a step beyond the edge. Feel the energy rising, breaking through the surface. Unstoppable, undeniable. Together we rise.
Every step you take, every move you make, it's a signal, a message to the universe. We are here, we are alive, and we will not stop.
All of the sounds in this pack and basically any of our other packs are 100% royalty free, which means that if you buy the pack you have all the rights to use these kind of vocals and samples in your own productions, and you don't have to ask us permission for it after it, as you can just easily release tracks with samples from us on all major streaming services. And that's it for this overview video of Radiant. If you have any questions about things about the pack or the content of it, then feel free to drop a comment and we'll get back to you on there. Expect quite a lot of techno tutorials coming soon. So if you have any ideas for videos, like what kind of artists or styles, then feel free to drop that in the comment as well. And we'll make some nice techno tutorials for it. Support the pack using the link in the description. And for now, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in our next video.
It's all in your head.